Y'all get ready?
Yes, you get ready.
If you want the latest news in the streets, join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.
We got to talk about this situation that went down in Atlanta with T Hood. So let me just talk about that. So before it broke on the blogs, so India was in my suite. She was cutting up like, just fruit, getting stuff ready. And she was like, did you hear what's going on with Kirk and Rasheeda? And I'm like, the last thing I saw about them, they were back on social media beefing with K. Michelle on the Shade Room. Because Kirk had posted that Rasheeda had way more record sales than K. Michelle. And, and I'm sitting here like, what year is this? Like 2011? Like, why is Kirk Rasheeda trending again? And I guess because Rasheeda was planning on going on tour. So then she tells me, well, it just happened a few hours ago in the middle of the night. They're saying that Kai done shot T Hood. I said, Rasheeda's son Kai? She said T Hood's sister was on TikTok blasting them. And that Kay, who is Kirk Frost's daughter, she was dating T Hood. Supposedly her and T Hood got into some type of domestic dispute. And she called her brothers to come. Now, let me ask y'all this, tea sippers. Who remembers when I've said that as women, put a teacup if y'all remember this, as women, we need to stop calling our cousins, our brothers, and involving them in our beefs with men. Because there are too many young men, uncles, daddies, brothers, cousins in the graveyard because they went to go defend their sister, their aunties, their mama's honor and caught a bullet. Y'all remember that? I talked about that a few years ago. I've never been a fan of that because I feel like you never know how things would escalate. Emotions are high. Your brothers are going to want to come and protect you because you're their sister. They see this guy as the bad guy. But then they can come and do all that. And then 2 weeks later, a month later, y'all are back in love. I've known a few people who have lost their lives that way. They came to defend a relative and ended up dying. And that's one thing I've always told myself I would never do. And I got people I know who will ride for me. Okay? I got some fucking big homies from several sets who will ride for me. But you know what? I'm just the type, I don't want anybody going to jail, putting themselves in a situation behind me. If it's that bad, I'm going to call the police. If he was beating your ass or doing whatever, call the police. Have them de-escalate it. You never want to bring men together, especially when it comes to like a heated issue and conflict, because men move off of ego. No one wants to feel like they're getting punked or they're losing out on a situation. And I think too with Kai, not saying that Kai's a punk, because I watched him on, I've met him in real life too. I've met him, Rasheeda, Kirk, at Rasheeda's birthday party. But even on the show, he was kind of, tough and go back and forth with the siblings and stuff like that. And sometimes when you've been on reality television or people feel like you got money or you're raised a certain way, sometimes they feel like they need to show out even more. Case in point, King, T.I. and Tiny's son. Now, he has calmed down a lot since he's had that baby. But remember how King was running around here like he didn't grow up with money, like he wasn't T.I.'s son. Like somebody in Atlanta wouldn't do something to him if he ran across the wrong person. And I think sometimes, it could have been that situation where, this is a hood rapper, the brother felt like, you're not about to punk me. I don't care who you are. And egos. And now they're saying he's on the run. Kirk is hiding him. Kirk and Rasheeda are both strangely quiet. Now, all weekend they was talking shit and clapping back to K. Michelle. Then this popped off. We ain't heard nothing from them. They're also coming out and saying that it might be self-defense. But the mama of the boy of T. Hood is saying it's not. Here's the video here.
Shot and killed in Gwinnett County has been identified as an Atlanta rapper. Investigators say the victim was 33-year-old Tevin Hood, also known as T. Hood. He was best known for his songs Ready to Go and Percolator. Now, he posted on social media just weeks ago promoting a concert in Atlanta. Investigators say the shooting stemmed from an argument at a house in unincorporated Snellville on Friday night. And officers say they detained a person at that home but have not yet announced any arrests. Shot and killed in Gwinnett County has been identified.
Why does that want to pause? Okay, so now let me show y'all this other video here. So now they're saying that it might be some type of self-defense. So
rapper known as T. Hood. Officers say the man who shot him did stay on the scene. They say the rapper's shooting death may have been self-defense. Friday night, police found Tevin Hood shot at a home on Lee Road near Snellville. Hood was an Atlanta rapper known as T. Hood. Officers say the man who shot him did stay on the scene. They say the shooting all stemmed from a domestic disturbance that left a woman hurt. Police say the gunman arrived at the home and appears to have shot Hood in the driveway.
So now they're saying it's self-defense. Let me show y'all this other video here of they're saying that they got Kay Frost, who was the sister who called her brothers, you know, about the T. Hood situation. They're saying that they got her on audio admitting that basically her brother shot him. So this is what they're posting on social media. It's crazy. So we're going to go ahead and listen. So they're saying here, Kay Frost admitted her brother killed Tevin Hood, and he's literally in hiding.
I don't know. They maybe have the wrong information. They tried to find him. They sent the little SWAT team with the little shit with the big man. They came and he was taken into handcuffs. I told you that on the phone. I don't condone that shit. I don't give a fuck whether or not. Like, I hear what y'all are saying, but y'all, like, you can't, like, I don't condone that shit. It's more to the story, so I don't.
Well, I don't understand how they would let him out if you told them that your brother shot Tevin. They wouldn't. They supposed to have him. Okay, so I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna find out.
So yeah, please do it. Like, I'm asking the same questions. What I'm saying is, like.
Okay, when can we get his things, Kay?
I don't know. They maybe have the wrong information. They tried to find him. They sent the little SWAT team with the little shit with the big man. They came and he was taken into handcuffs. I told you that on the phone. I don't condone that shit. I don't give a fuck whether or not. Like, I hear what y'all are saying, but y'all, like, you can't, like, I don't condone that.
Do you see how fake that is? She says, I don't condone that shit, brother or not. Why did you call your brothers there? Why did you even get your family involved in your domestic dispute? And now she's quick to throw the brother under the bus, knowing that the brother came to fight for her honor. And who knows what made him be dumb enough to pull out a gun and shoot somebody 5 times is insane. But the fact is, your brother wouldn't have been there had you not called them to pull up. And that's what I'm saying. You know, I just hate when females play these games. I'm going to get my brothers, I'm going to get my cousins. And then it gets too real. Now your man is gone, and your brother, if they find him, is going to be looking at time. If they can't prove that it's self-defense, which to me is going to be hard to prove that because they're saying that T. Hood got shot in the back. So for him to get shot in the back, it means that he was walking away. And my thing is, why are you even on the phone having any conversation that can be recorded? You really shouldn't be saying shit. And you shouldn't be accepting no phone calls unless it's coming from your immediate family. So again, I will always say this. I've said this before. Any issues with your man, call the police. I know a lot of people feel like, well, I don't want my man to go to jail. But you also don't want to put your brothers, your kids, your cousins. You don't want to put people in a situation where they may end up locked up because it escalates more than just a fight. Somebody pulls out a gun. Because again, when you're talking about a situation like that, men are going to be moving in ego. The boyfriend is moving in ego because he don't want to get punked by the brothers. The brothers, don't want to feel like there's some punks just because you see them on reality television, they can get down too. So I'm sure this was like a big ego fest. And now reality's hitting her, but for her to be trying to throw her brother under the bus is insane because you made the phone call. And a lot of y'all know the cousins, the brothers, the ones that you shouldn't be calling because they're not coming to de-escalate. They're coming to turn the fuck up. And a lot of people enjoy stuff like that. It happens all the time at school. People will start stuff. Well, I'm going to get my big cousin. I'm going to get my brother. I'm going to get my sister. And then when something escalates and somebody gets cut or stabbed or shot, then it's all this, oh, woe is me. So we have to really think twice. This is just a sad situation all the way around. I'm not necessarily blaming her solely, right? Because people do this. This is not what she's done has been done since the beginning of time. What I'm saying is that I want young people to understand that before you make that phone call to your homeboys, your big homies, your sons, your brothers, think twice. If this situation escalates, because obviously your man ain't no punk. If this escalates, are you going to be cool with where the circumstance ends up at? Especially if you're sending people to a situation who you know are about that life. So it's unfortunate all the way around. But like I always tell y'all, learn from the mistakes of other people so that way you're not destined to repeat them. If this was a domestic violence situation, she should have called the cops. Let the cops handle it. He'll be out in a day or two if it ain't done, if it's not too serious. But to have your brothers pull up, it just doesn't end good. It does not end good. But yeah, it's really sad. Like I said, I've known people who've lost their lives that way. That's why it's like, even like, especially when I go through like, just internet shit, when you're on the internet, I have family and friends and people who really care about me, who be in the comments, who see stuff. And yeah, they want to turn up because they know me personally and they care about me and they love me. And it's like, what I'm saying, this person got you fucked up. They, like what they don't think you have peoples that will ride for you. And it's like, well, it's not even about that. I don't want to see any of my people locked up behind some stupid internet shit. So I let them talk. That's what people do. What I'm saying? I care too much about my friends, my families, my big homies to send anybody on a mission to go avenge something that somebody said on the internet or a video that somebody made. Who gives a fuck? Because when they see me in the real world, it's all teeth. I don't even give up that type of energy that you can just come and just be mean and disrespect me because that's not how I carry myself, So it's like I never worry about it. But, sometimes you'll have people be like, okay, who the fuck is this bozo, talking shit? Like, everybody's not just like, people do ride hard for the females in their family. And a lot of guys think they can just come online and just say whatever. And you don't understand. People got big brothers, homies, and all types of shit that will catch your ass slipping. But it's been a lot of times I just put out the fires because for me, it's not that serious. I don't need y'all riding for me and getting locked up. I don't care enough. So I just think people just have to be really mindful of that. You don't ever want to put your family in a situation where they're going to jail behind something that just could have been prevented. I just think if it's that serious, call the police and have the police handle it. Don't put your family members in a situation or your close friends. Yeah. And he's young. He's only 24. Yeah, Kai is 24 years old. So, unless he can really prove that it's self-defense, I don't see how. Because the mama was out here hooping and hollering saying that. Okay, the mother wrote on social media, she says he was walking away and got 5 shots in the back. People, this is serious. We will not let this ride. I need everyone to post up. We will not be defeated. I know you're watching, telling me to keep fighting for you. I love you. My celebrity, justice for T Hood. And then another thing too, when things like this happen. It just doesn't like die off with him. Then you'll have where the family members, you know, how do you know that? You know, I'm sure T Hood got peoples too. He got cousins and people who care about him. So now what if they roll up on Frost Bistro, which is Rasheeda and Kirk's business, and they, you know, Atlanta's already dealing with a lot of violence, a lot of unnecessary shootings, a lot of fractions and, you know, tensions. Even at the Metro Boomin event that I went to for Metro Boomin, it was a lot of tension in there. I mean, I had a good time. I have fun wherever I'm at, but I'm big on energy. You know, you got Young Thug, Little Baby, 21 Savage, and then, you know, just different cliques. There's a lot of tension in there. So I just hate the fact that it went like it got to this point, you know. So I just hope that people just think twice, you know, before involving your family into stuff. If you're not going to involve them to be mediators and, you know, come to some type of peaceful solution, do not involve your family, especially the ones who turn up. Don't involve them. It's not worth it. So it's just sad because all these people are so young. You know, Kai's 24. I think Kay's like 26. T Hood, I mean, I think he's maybe 30 and under. You know, these are all young people. So it's really sad.
Want the latest news in the streets? Join us and tune in for the tea. Breaking news with integrity. So tell your friends and your family. It's the Lovelyti TV show, bringing you good tea and good vibes. It's the Lovelyti TV show. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe.